Well, good evening, chat. I do love a happening. I love analyzing a happening. I love talking about a happening, and being in the middle of one is always exciting. Hopefully, you're all among the living. You haven't given in to the woo flu as it grips the world in its terror. So much to talk about. I think about like every 3 or 4 days, so much shit builds up. You gotta talk about it a little bit. Look at our glorious little Corona Chan. Oh, she's grown up so big. So big so quickly. Get out of here, Mears. Oh, your little 2500 infected, that's cute. Go away. Oh, what's that, SARS? 8100 infected? Get to the back of the bus. We're coming for you, Ebola Chan. 38,000? Oh, those are rookie numbers. We're coming straight for you. There's no getting away from it. The day is dawning. In fact, well, actually, how do I want to start this? Let's start with the death number. Let's look at the total. Can I get a drum roll, please? 31,000 infected. At the rate it's progressing, probably by this Sunday, it will surpass Ebola in total infections worldwide, which I believe is around 38,000. And it took Ebola 5 decades to do that, dragging her slow ass across Africa. But our little Corona Chan, she's dead ahead. Full fucking speed, going Sanic fast. Doesn't even give a fuck. Gonna blow those numbers out of the water. Now, that doesn't mean you should be racist. I hope we've all learned our lesson. I've, over the past couple of streams, tried to teach you just hate mongers, all right, about tolerance. All right, I don't want any viral hate crimes taking place. I've been reading plenty of news articles that have really gone into depth about this. What the coronavirus has taught us about ourselves. Our country's treatment of the nCoV outbreak is not so much a political fiasco as it is a social one. The virus has exposed one of the more unattractive facets of our community. It's racism. If you don't let a Chinaman spit in your mouth, you are a bigot. You need to let little Chinese children cough on you. It's the only way to prove that you're tolerant. We want to be multicultural and accepting of other people. And to do that, you're going to just have to expose yourself just a little bit to the potential of death. Now, if you're a member of the Ebola cult, if you've been praying at the shrine, if you've been making your offerings like you should have been, then you're going to be very pleased because I have some wonderful news for you today. Straight out of Africa. That's right. It's finally happening. Breaking. The KZN Health Department release confirms 2 suspected cases of coronavirus in the province. Spokesman Nathlakowski said the department can confirm that it is aware of 2 suspected cases at the moment. There is no laboratory confirmation of the virus, though. That's from SABC News, South Africa Broadcasting. Oh, what's going to happen when our dynamic duo gets together in the heart of Africa? You've got Corona Chan, which is basically what? Airborne AIDS? And you've got Ebola Chan, which is just as bad, bleeding from your eyes to death? What are we going to get? An airborne? Are we going to get like a combination? Are they going to merge and mutate? Are they going to scissor each other in hot lesbian action? Until we get a viral load so thick Africa chokes on it? Ooh, that's kind of hot. Oh, I hope you South Africans are ready. There's a surprise in store for you. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen, but these ladies, they have plans. They have plans for the world. Now, those plans could be thwarted. It's a potential. They could be stopped. Our girls here, our girls aren't, gods. Close to it, but not gods themselves. And of course, the only ones that could possibly potentially stand up to them would be the Filipinos out there. Now, I'm not sure if you watched this amazing fucking Senate meeting that took place in the Philippines, where they decided to discuss what's going on. What is this coronavirus thing exactly, and How does it work? How could we explain it? Oh, I know. Let's use let's use a YouTube video and let's name some people. Let's name some people if you get what I'm saying here. Here's a segment of that meeting just to give you a little flavor of how the Philippines is handling this right now.
So please pay close attention to the video. Um, I think it's somehow very interesting, if not revealing. May we have it, please? Must be audio.
Mystery surrounding the coronavirus becomes denser and denser by the day. As doubts arise about its origin, and everything seemingly points to biowarfare being waged against China. According to the medical journal The Lancet, the first case of infection dates back to December 1, 2019, and the person infected had not been to the Wuhan fish market. Further critical points have also been raised by some independent journalists. Now we know that in the Wuhan biolab, the Chinese were experimenting with a modified SARS virus for military purposes. At least 3 other countries have been doing the same for years: the United States, Russia, and China. We found 3 news in this regard. The first news dates back to 2014, and it announces the construction by China and France of a biolaboratory for the research on infectious viruses in China. And guess in which city it was built? None other than Wuhan. The second news, which is connected to the first, is of 2015, in which the Pirbright Institute of British government-funded pharmaceutical company asks and obtains a patent for the coronavirus that can also serve, according to the patent, as a vaccine to prevent respiratory lungs disease such as contagious bronchitis. The third news is about the Bill Gates Foundation funding biotech companies that are trying to develop vaccines against the deadly Wuhan coronavirus. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and others predicted up to 65 million deaths via coronavirus in simulation ran just 3 months ago. I wouldn't be surprised if both the US military and the CIA were directly involved in the development of the deadly coronavirus strain. Bear in mind, the 2014 Ebola outbreak came as a result of another rogue US military operation in Africa in which the Soros-Gates-funded Kenema bioweapons lab in Sierra Leone was involved.
So the Philippines right now are discussing the discussing the history of biowarfare, and they've come to the conclusion, given this amazing presentation, that George Soros, Bill Gates, and the CIA are the ones behind it. Just like they were behind Ebola, they named Soros, they named Gates, and they called out the glow-in-the-darks and said they're clearly the ones behind this. They're clearly the ones responsible for what's going on down here. Actually didn't just name Bill, named his wife too, the whole foundation. Called out Soros, said they're responsible for the Ebola outbreak from their biotech laboratory. Now, what you should know is directly preceding that clip, when he was preparing them to drop this big ass red pill on the entire Senate hearing, he said that he actually said this. This was basically super secret intelligence that was sent just to him. This YouTube video only explicitly sent to him. It was part of his investigation and what was going on. And he decided to share it with the entire government. What's that, chat? Oh, how's chat? Chat seems to be enjoying it. Oh, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that room. What exactly is going on here? Why are the Philippines naming Bill Gates and George Soros? He goes on to speculate that perhaps that this is a biowarfare attack by the United States for population control, citing Event 201, and saying that they were trying it out on China to weaken China. So I'm not sure exactly how it ended. I was laughing a little too hard at the fact that he actually played that in front of the whole fucking Senate to really get the gist of what came afterwards. But it's nice that people are out there having fun. You need a little mirth and merriment. Okay? A little pep in your step. Otherwise, you're going to be dragged down by the fact that a super disease is spreading all over China. Alright, you need to learn to have fun. Like Canadians like to have fun by getting other people grounded on their fucking vacation to Jamaica. Oh, well, that is just a flu, bro. Wrong picture, though. No, I was looking for this one. There we go. From the International. Coronavirus prank forces Jamaica-bound flight back to Canada. What? Well, it seems our little prankster decided to have a little bit of a giggle and decided he wanted to get up on a plane and tell all the other passengers, "I've just come back from Wuhan and I'm infectious. Coof coof. I'm gonna coof on you." But I know just a headline's not enough. We need to know who this gesture is. Would you like to meet him, chat? Would you like to know who this funny man is? The Seinfeld of Canada? Could you imagine? You're on your fucking plane and this asshat stands up and you have to turn around and get grounded back in Canada and waste 5 hours of your day for his giggles? Would you like to meet him? Would you like to just look inside his mind, pick his brain a little bit? Here is our auteur himself.
I stood up. I said, "Can I have everybody's attention? I just came back from Hunan province." That was it.
Why would you say that?
I'm an artist.
So you were looking for some sort of promotion or viral video?
I was looking to create a video, yes, that would go viral.
Okay, listen, man. I'm an artist and shit, okay? And I wanted to go viral on the TikTok where all the hip kids hang out. So I thought I'd tell everybody I had a deadly pathogen and I was infectious. Just for shits and giggles. Because I'm an artist, bitch. That's how we roll up here. I need those likes. I need those clicks. I'm going to go around telling people, this guy has a history of merriment and pranks, I'm sure. I'm sure he runs around throwing Kool-Aid, cherry Kool-Aid on people and screaming, "I have AIDS." That's another one of his great giggle fests. But he's not the only one out there, really, having a bit of a laugh, just doing just a prank, bro. Canada seems to be really fond of it's just a prank, bro. That mentality. They really live that life hardcore. Like this funny joke that Canada pulled. I'm sorry, not Canada. Isn't really any different now that they've shipped over their castaway prince and princess. I'm just going to count it as the same thing. Fuck you. UK evacuees from Wuhan not told a passenger with coronavirus. British residents in quarantine anxious over news that Belgian woman on same flight tested positive. Now, on a scale of 0 to fucking furious, where would you be sitting if you got onto an evacuation plane from the heart of a contagious zone? And the assholes waited to tell you until it was too late that there was a infectious person stuck in a fucking airplane with you. Just gonna wait. We're not gonna even. It's gonna be a secret. It's our little secret. In a confined area with a pressurized cabin and recycled air. What better place to be with an infectious woman than there? No wonder new cases are popping up in the UK with safety precautions like this. But I believe in the sanctity of a joke. I understand, UK government. It is pretty funny. I'm sure the look on their faces were fucking priceless when they found out that they'd been exposed to this disease. But don't just think jokes are up in the air, okay? There are jokes all over. All right, people are just pranking bros on the ships out on sea, too. I fucking love this. Update. 10 people on cruise ship from Tokyo test positive for coronavirus. Side by side with that, more than 30 crew members on board quarantine Hong Kong ship are showing signs of coronavirus. And I shit you not, right before I came on, and I can even double check it, but I'm almost a bajillion % sure, but I'll double check it. There was an update to this particular laughing ship story. Oh, here we are from BNO. 41 new patients of coronavirus will be taken to medical facility because they've been reported on the cruise ship as well. So just to sum it up, right now on this lovely voyage out on the sea, there's 10 plus 41, 51, plus 30 crew members, 81 people are infected. Stuck on this fucking tin can of death out in the water that nobody wants. Japan doesn't want it. Hong Kong doesn't want it. Nobody wants to touch this. Everybody's got the sniffles. I know these are great jokes. I'm glad you agree with me, Chad. I'm glad Chat is feeling the humor of these situations. Hop on board an airplane, tell everybody I'm infectious. You're all gonna fucking die. Hop on board that ship, running up and down those hallways, just giggling, having a laugh. Don't tell people when you're in the government. They might have been exposed to a disease. Wait until they land and hug their kids, then you tell them. That's maximum payoff for the joke. I think what's going on, maybe, this is a theory of mine. I'm going to go conspiratorial on you now, little Alex Jones. I think somebody watched the Joker movie. I think they illegally imported it over to China. But because China always mislabels their shit, like when you go to buy an action figure and it's a fucking Jedi, but it says Ninja Turtle, you know how they do that? So the copy of the Joker they got wasn't the new one with Joaquin Phoenix. It was the old one with Jack Nicholson. And I think that the reason so many of these funny pranks are taking place right now is that there's a dude in China dressed up like the Jack Nicholson Joker running around spraying people with giggle gas. I mean, I can't explain it. I see these videos, I shouldn't say singular. They're like a bajillion of them. Somebody's getting people fucked up on some giggle gas over there.
开始，1、2、3、4、5、6、7，一共有8个。
No, yeah, you gotta hose them down real good. Alright, we need to get this shit into their lungs. I don't know what it is either, but they told me not to breathe it. Just spray it into their apartment buildings. Fuck them. Load it up on the trucks. Drop it from the airplanes. Let's have a never-ending mist. Like some kind of Stephen King horror novel that's taking place in real life that just doesn't end. Just spray it all. Spray it all. Fuck them. What are they gonna do? Are they going to try to make a run for it? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to make a run anywhere. Now with all those cremation stations all over the city. Do you remember 2 streams back, I think it was, we talked about the whole fake news thing when it came to these numbers and what's going on in China. And I gave you the example of the crematorium stories that have been going on. And I'll just give you a quick refresher course in case you missed that. Here was the first tweet really about it on the 28th, talking about saying there were crematoriums working and bodies were being burned. Now when that tweet first came out, people were like, fake news, bullshit. But then a few days later, here comes Yahoo to write a story, China accused of cremating bodies in secret as coronavirus patient numbers spike. People still didn't believe it, until finally China themselves came out and said, hey, yeah, you can't have a funeral or bury your dead. We're just going to fucking burn everything. Fuck you. Fuck you because just fuck you. That's why. Well, more stories have come out. Now let's see if this new trend follows the same trend as the old trend. And what are those stories? Well, here's one from the Epoch Times. 90% of our employees are working 24/7. Every day we need at least 100 body bags. Workers at crematorium in Wuhan say the workload has increased dramatically in recent days, constantly picking up bodies from hospitals and private homes. Oof, it's a lot. We can't stop, from Washington Examiner. Funeral worker says Wuhan cremating at least 100 bodies a day amid coronavirus outbreak. And there's even a video of a Chinese man who's clearly gone absolutely insane because there's no reason you'd ever sing Jackie Chan songs unless you had some kind of mental deficiency. But I guess that's one way to whistle while you work.
萬里長城人不到，萬里長城水滔滔。
So how many bodies are getting burned in Wuhan? I know one intrepid Anon on 4chan did a calculation based on air pollution readings, which is far more intensive than I could go into. And a lot of people threw a lot of shit at them, saying, "Oh, well, have you taken into account the pollution and the wind and all of this other stuff?" And I'd bring that up, but I'm no good at math. And I'd ask an Asian to do it for me, but they're all dying right now. So that really just leaves the Jews, but they're going to overcharge me. So I guess we can't go over the math at the moment. I'm sorry. But how many bodies do we calculate are being burned? Is it just the slowly increasing amount of dead that we see every day, where they're reporting, first it was 20 and 30 and 30 and 40, and now it's up to 60 to 70. And yet all these people at these different crematoriums are saying that no, there are far more dead people than what's being actually reported out to the public. We're burning them like you wouldn't believe. I mean, if you do the calculations, how many crematoriums are there in Wuhan, a city of 11 million people in the area, in Hubei? How many crematoriums are just in the neighboring cities? How many dead people are getting burnt up? Hey, fun conspiracy to chew on a little bit, gnaw on a little bit as we go on with the stream. Maybe the shit they're spraying in the streets doesn't do anything. Maybe it's just a fog to cover up the crematoriums working at full capacity. Because then they can say, oh no, the mist you're seeing, that's not coming from the burning bodies. That's not dead body ash. That's actually our treatment of the streets. It's a little ancient Chinese secret on how to cover up your Holocaust. You just gotta trick them a little, bamboozle them a bit. Oh. Now, how do we jump into the next part? Because this is going to get fun. I'm still running into people that are saying, it's just a cold. It's just, Jim, it's just a cold. Why do you find this so interesting? It's not a happening. Well, I'll tell you why I find it so interesting. Maybe because half the population of the United States now currently in China is under lockdown. As of today, being reported from a released government document that's been translated, aside from Hubei, which I believe is 58 million people, we now have the provinces of Zhejiang, I'm not going to pronounce any of these right, and Liaoning. So another 43 million and 44 million. So 150 million people now are under lockdown. God, when you look at it, it's a little weird, isn't it? All these people working at crematoriums saying they're burning bodies nonstop, and now we've gone from 60 million people in lockdown to 150 million people in lockdown. Almost like the Chinese are scared shitless, and they're trying literally everything they can do to try to cope with the situation. I don't know, maybe I'm misreading that. It's normal, right? That happens every flu season. Chat, can you answer that for me? 150 million people, right? Every flu season? I remember last year, I caught a really bad case of the flu. And they had to shut down everything west of the Mississippi. All right, we were locked down for a good 2.5 months. It was a doozy. That's why I always get the vaccine now. 150 million people locked down, everyday occurrence, really. Really, when I think about it, not that big of a deal. Really not indicative of anything that might be larger. When the Chinese stock market opened up first time, as this shit show was going on, what is it they lost? Was it, $500 billion in value that they then had to put in new laws and restrictions and policies to stop that from happening, about how much you could sell off and buy and trade, and then injected $200 billion of their own liquid, their sweet government liquid, into the fucking thing to try to keep it afloat? I mean, the Chinese, what are we dealing with here? 150 million people locked down a stock market that, if it could, would trade away $500 billion in value. You've got scientists now out there. In fact, let me pull this up. I'm sure you're going to love this. I really want you to consider what it's been like now. And just keep this in mind. John Hopkins doctor says new coronavirus is here to stay. Expect seasonal outbreaks. Can a country survive more than one season of this? Is it possible to lock down 1/10 of the population of China, fuck its market up, and fuck up international travel every year? No, how does this compare to the flu? A seasonal lockdown of 150 million people seems like it might be a bit of a fucking issue. I don't know, that could have a bit of a financial impact on people. But no, China's on top of it, guys. They're on top of it. Remember, they built those emergency hospitals. Everything is under control. The bodies aren't piling up. Those crematoriums aren't working at full speed. Jim, you can't prove that. And they've only built three additional hospitals with an extra bed capacity of 3,600. So it must be under control. Well, the hospitals plus the fucking stadiums from the Global Times, in addition to the designated Hushenen and Lishenen hospitals built to meet growing demand from the coronavirus. Wuhan will convert Hongshan Stadium and the Wuhan International Conference and Exhibition Center into hospitals so it can provide 1,000 beds, said local authorities. So, 10 days ago, they built 3 emergency hospitals. On February 3rd, they're going to convert fucking stadiums and international conference and exhibition centers into hospitals. Then on February 4th, not content with that, they decided, we need even more. Wuhan plans to convert another 8 existing venues, including gymnasiums, exhibition centers, sports centers, all into hospitals by February 5th to receive patients infected with the coronavirus, local authorities said Tuesday. So, 2 emergency hospitals, 1 big emergency hospital, a sports stadium, an exhibition center, and 8 gymnasiums / whatever the fuck. So what does that bring us up to? 13, 14 emergency hospitals with 1,000 bed capacity in each? Plus every hospital that already previously existed in Wuhan, on top of the additional 80 million people locked down, and the crematorium workers all saying they're burning bodies nonstop, and the nonstop spraying on the streets, starting to make me think that maybe some shit's going down. But I guess I'm getting too caught up in it. Okay, that happens occasionally. Occasionally you just think something's bigger than it really is. Not a happening. What was it, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, the last stream. We talked about China with the biggest brass balls in the world going up to Israel and basically saying, oy vey. China's Israel envoy compares coronavirus travel bans to the Holocaust. Dai Yerning has apologized for his remarks, which were made at an English language press conference in Tel Aviv. Dai likened the closure of borders to the old days, the old stories that happened in World War II, the Holocaust, the darkest days in human history. Now, I think that's ballsy just because he did it in Tel Aviv. But do you know what makes it extra ballsy? Is the story that immediately came out and made it look like China was projecting a little bit. They're oifing and kvetching a little too hard. This is from today, from the New York Times. Coronavirus live updates. Wuhan is ordered to round up all infected people. Wuhan is told to round up infected residents for mass quarantine camps. God, let me just go back to that previous story, to the Holocaust, the dark old days, and then go to the newest news to round up all the infected residents for quote-unquote mass quarantine camps. Come on. What do you think's going to happen to those sick people in those mass quarantine camps in a country with 150 million people locked down in crematoriums, running full steam ahead? We're getting into the cookie question now. That's not my area of expertise. You're going to have to wait for Nick Fuentes to handle that. He's the math whiz when it comes to cookies. But it looks like we might have a modern era cookie question soon enough in the mass quarantine camps that are coming. And then amidst all of this, as if on cue, I think he has like a radar built into his head. Eugene gives the hottest take of all takes. Hate crimes can also blow up into a pandemic. It's called genocide, which has claimed hundreds of millions of human lives. Treating Asian people as dirty infestors like rats and cockroaches may claim far more lives than the coronavirus if left unchecked. Well, Eugene, it's just a flu goo. You know what might claim some Chinese Asian lives? I don't know, herding them into quarantine camps against their fucking will. And then, just having them disappear a little. Oopsie. Oh, we lost all those people we put in the quarantine camps, the mass quarantine camps. Would you like to see what it looks like when they come to bring you to one of these wonderful camps? It's just a lovely experience. I mean, it's very gentle and good natured. They come up, they give you a little kiss on the forehead, take you by the hand. There's a beautiful meal waiting inside the rented limousine that they have to take you there. Let's take a look at just some examples of the Wuhan detainment procedure.
真的没事。
强行啊，一家4口啊。
每天不是50台，1台。
Time to go to the quarantine camp, Yang. Why are you being so picky about it? Come on. Come on, stop fighting me on this. Everybody loves to go to the mass quarantine camps. There's nothing to be afraid of. What could possibly go wrong? Look at that service that they give them. Just yanking them out, dragging them off by their feet, screaming. Those are screams of joy. It's like being in an amusement park when you ride the roller coaster. That's how they feel right now. They're riding a roller coaster, all right. See, I can't make that. There's a joke I'd like to make here, but it get me banned. I'm sure you can figure it out if you really think on it. But sometimes getting them to the mass quarantine camps just isn't enough. Sometimes you need to gas them on the go.
Oh, 进去了，看到没有？
他们
哇，太可怕了。
我不喜欢抓进去。
可是他们生病了。
所以他们要去哪里？他们被抓起来了。
I like to call that the sick box. Comes with quite a few features, including screaming and electrocution. Just shove it on the back of a flatbed truck, you're good to go. It's off to the quarantine camp with you. Can even fit a few people and luggage inside. How wonderful is that? Really been built for the duration, I'd say. Gotta love that Chinese engineering. Get in the sick box. It's where you belong. What was that Eugene was saying earlier? It's called genocide, huh? Is that right, Eugene? Genocide? Is that the word you want to use for it? Maybe after watching some of these videos. But hey, sometimes it's not just you having fun at the quarantine camp, which is, again, like an amusement park. It's your family as well. Like when your disabled child's left behind because you've been put in quarantine forcefully, and then they starve to death slowly, unable to feed themselves, and rot away in a chair they've been strapped to. That's lovely. That's always a fun time down at the quarantine camp. Or how about people uttering this in BBC interviews? Coronavirus in Wuhan, we'd rather die at home than go to quarantine. God, what is it about quarantine that's got these people so fucked up? Why are they so upset about it? The guards look friendly. They've got giant poles with human catchers attached at the end. Oh, what could possibly go wrong at quarantine camp? It seems like a fun adventure for the whole family. I suppose, I don't know, chat. Do you want to take a look at some of these makeshift quarantine camps? Would you like to see what their emergency fever clinics look like? I mean, I can show you some videos on the inside of how sanitary and professionally made they are. I think these camps are A+ #1, right? Like, they've done a really spectacular job on it, and I can share it with you if you'd like to see. I'm not 100% certain, though. It's up to you, chat. Should we go on a grand tour of the quarantine camps and take a look at the wonderful accommodations? Goofing camp? You could call it that, yeah. They're having a goof and a giggle. It's a vacation, yes. I'm seeing a lot of... there's a delay. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. A lot of people want to go on a trip to the quarantine camp. All right, we can do that. It's funny because I'd say about 4 days ago, somebody posted a video. I can't find it anymore, and I'm almost certain they were forced to take it down, of what looked like a tent city being built on the outskirts of Wuhan. And at first, I thought it was a bullshit video, but now after reading about the forced quarantine camps, I'm thinking that dude had an inside line into what was coming up. But let's take a look at the videos that are up showing all these wonderful... let me get this all queued up here. All these wonderful facilities and how nice the staff are. Oh, they're just fucking angels, I tell you. Here's one that's catching a lot of attention at the moment, called Fang Kang Hospital. A lovely place to bring sick people if you ever have an issue. I'm sure you're gonna fucking love this. Let's take a look at how they treat people.
还有是重症患者我们不收，生活不能自理的我们也不收，走路走不了了，生活不能自理，这不是医院，这只是个隔离点，出了事没有任。
Okay, I want you to catch what he said there. We don't take care of you here. This isn't a hospital, it's a quarantine station. We're going to round up all these suspected sick people, and we're not going to take care of you. It gets even better, though.
对负责，我们也担不起这个责任。这只是个隔离点啊，跟大家说强调过很多遍，这不是医院。你来了就只能在里面安安心心的进行隔离，而且不能出来。
那我如果说我妈妈要打针怎么办呢？
那也解决不了，因为我们这没有任何一些救助设备。 所以你这点你要考虑清楚。啊？要吃完只能委托家属给里面的护士、医生联系来送。那就是法律。医疗可以保障，可以保障，你这高龄医疗或者保障了。这不是医院的。
This is not a hospital. It's a quarantine camp, and you came here for fun. And at a place that's just dedicated to fun, we don't medically treat you. Now, don't make me press the button on your shock collar, okay? I don't want any fucking trouble here. Once you enter, you can't leave.
这是我们接到通知，这您我只是说我这个点位明白不？大叔，就说我们这里面我对你讲清楚，不要到时候你又说这个打针这里面没有的，医务人员是有刀的，但是他一些设备都没有，知道吧？那些救助这些设备啊。
we have no appliances. Oh, you know that disease that's making everybody get deaf, a deaf lung disease where they get a rancid pneumonia? We don't have anything for you. Oh, you need some pills? No, we're not doing that, champ. You need me to put an IV in? Not my job. You need to come into quarantine camp, and then you can't leave. And if you run out of your medicine, you're kind of fucked. Sorry, your mom needs her diabetes shot. Not my fucking problem. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem.
那 最主要一点就是说，这里你进来了就不要再出来了，避免进行一些交叉感染。家属也是一样的，不要进来，他就这个隔离点。
Once you get in, you can't get out. Oh, that sounds like just the funnest thing ever. I love the idea of being locked into a location that I can't leave, surrounded by people that are horribly sick, with no medical treatment or machinery available to me. But I mean, that's just the outside, and the wonderful staff that's associated with all these amazing things. What's it like on the inside? Well, according to one person that's leaked a bunch of videos that we're going to take a look at. Leaked video inside the newly built Fangkang Hospital in Wuhan to quarantine coronavirus patients. Here's just a list of some of the feature sets you're going to get to enjoy at your stay at the quarantine camp. No washrooms. No washrooms. If you need to shit, you shit in a bag like a fucking animal. No doctors in 3 days. No one takes care of anything. And if you showed up late, if you weren't there at the crack of dawn on the first day of quarantine camp, you sleep on the fucking floor like a dog. Again, can we go back to where was Eugene? What did he call them? What was that? Dirty infestors like rats and cockroaches. Oh, God, it sounds like how the Chinese are treating the Chinese. I'm so confused, Eugene. I thought white people were the devil. What? But this quarantine camp, I don't know. This doesn't sound fun at all. Have I been lied to? I don't know. Let's take a look at the video. Where do you poop in a place with no toilets?
是所谓的开水房，只有一个开水房，没有洗手的地方，洗漱的地方都没有。这就是所有的人，全部都睡在这个地方。根本都没有隔离。
First stage of a good quarantine. Put everybody's bed directly next to each other. No partitions. You want all that aspiration, all that coughing. You want all that phlegm and shit. Just to have to travel the smallest distance possible to get to the next person. Just line them up like sardines in a can. But make sure they have nowhere to poop. Okay, that's the real danger. When these people start shitting, that's when everything goes to pot. Okay, we need to take the bathrooms away and make them sleep directly next to each other.
一个隔离间都没有，这么多人，你说要洗漱，要上厕所。
Even the lady filming it, I gotta take a shit so bad. I've been in this Wuhan detention center for 4 days now, and I've eaten so much Kung Pao chicken that my ass is gonna literally explode.
到现在早餐也没有，医生也没有，就只是登记，就登记了恨不得3天了，就没一个医生过来。还有。到处都是的。我先进来的还有一个床铺。
Kind of puts it a little bit into perspective when what was that young Chinese lady said when it came to why don't you go to the quarantine camp with your family? Oh, I'd rather die at home than go to quarantine. I'd rather be dead than set foot in the quarantine camps that are currently going on. Why would you take their toilets away? What reason would there be for that? How could you lock people up for 4 days and not let them poop? It's so mean. There's no reasoning to it. It's pure fucking insanity, chat. Yes, that's right, chat. They need a defecation station, but they have none in their quarantine camp, or as some in chat are referring to it, death camp. So your bylaw now, rounded up, forcibly removed from your house rather than locked into it. Uh-oh, I've got a cough. They're onto me. Forcibly removed from it. Put inside a sick box on the back of a flatbed truck. Brought to one of these mass quarantine camps. And then when you're kept in there, you don't get any medicine, any doctor treatment. There's no machinery. Nothing. And on top of it, they don't let you poop. They lock you in a hospital and don't let you shit. Oh, these Chinese are wild. There are a few more videos. We'll take a look. They're just multiple clips from the quarantine camps showing the early days of what's going on.
姐妹们早上好，这是昨天晚上12点钟，把我找到这个地方来，什么叫什么方正方太还是什么部队，属于部队的那个医院，里面又没有厕所，又没有药吃，又没有开水，上厕所还要在外面200多米以外，外面下着大雨。
Okay, all right, here's the funniest bit about this. I know, with the hashtag concentration camp, where's the humor? But just feel me out. You remember the guy in the first video said, once you enter the building, you can't leave? And then she said, the toilets are located 200 meters outside of the building. I want you to imagine locking up 1,000 people in a building with no toilets. It's like the Chinese are playing the meanest game of Sims that's ever been, but it's in real life. They've locked people in a room together with no toilets, but they put a toilet outside for them to look at that they can never leave to go and use.
本来指望进了医院好了的，这还搞拐了，全都是这种病人，恨不得还要感染。这是什么方太部队所有的那个医院，这么多人，这怎么看呢？这互相感染还吓人些，又没药吃，又没针打。 全都是这样子的人，有的甚至比我还重一点，到处都是的，又没隔离，就这一个板子。
they put up wooden boards to separate us. Just pile up some wood. Who cares? What are they gonna do about it? I think we've got one more. I think this is more of a shorter video. Yeah, it's only a few seconds. Just gives you a flavor, again, of how close the beds are to each other. And now, is this at Fang Chang? Yeah, Fang Kang, whatever it's called. But here we go. Here's our last one, giving you a nice look inside the quarantine camps. So that's China's brilliant plan at the moment. To sum up what we're looking at so far. 3 provinces locked down, 150 million people locked down, 63 cities locked down, forced immigration or detainment, however you want to put it, into mass quarantine camps that don't have hot water or toilets. Once you enter, you're not allowed to leave. There is no medication. The doctors aren't there to take care of you. It's not a hospital, like the guy said. And these are for people that are showing some symptoms but haven't been diagnosed. So what do you think happens when you pack people in like sardines into an enclosed area, don't allow them to leave, and just one of them has it? Just one person. Let's say everybody else just really has the sniffles, but there's one dude in there that doesn't. He's got the full-blown thing. He's got the woo flu. And he's 1 foot away from your bed, and his ass is now exploding. He's got massive diarrhea, and it's like a water fountain. He's like a sprinkler system of shit. It's cascading through the air because it's been 18 days and he hasn't been able to poop. And they've been feeding him nothing but ramen the whole time. What do you think happens to those people? How healthy do you think they are at the end of it? I think it would probably be what you'd consider a bad situation, maybe. Maybe not the best thing in the world. Glorious communism really is solving those problems, isn't it? Really out there. I know you Americans in the audience, you're thinking, what about us? We love quarantines too. Can't we have one? Yes, you can. Last stream we talked about the Pentagon is preparing to house up to 1,000 people at military sites who need to be quarantined due to the Wuhan coronavirus. And that was for people coming back into the U.S., obviously. We had a little bit of a situation in, was it San Francisco or California, where somebody was told it was voluntary and tried to leave and was told basically at gunpoint, oh, it's not voluntary. But that was just preparing. Now we've entered the stage of federally mandated quarantine, something that hasn't happened in 50 years. Now we are under a federal quarantine. Now, I don't know what that's going to mean if the sickness starts to spread throughout cities and towns. Are they going to start moving people? Or is it just going to be people coming from the epicenter? Is it going to be people coming from China and Wuhan traveling internationally? I couldn't tell you. But I do know one thing. Well, I don't know it, but I really hope that the American government plays Sims in a different manner than the Chinese do. I want to be able to poop in a toilet, Donald Trump. All right, if you're going to stick me into a concentration camp, for the love of God, dig a hole so I can take a shit. That's all I'm asking. In my federally mandated quarantine. All right, CDC bros, I know you guys are out there. You're pretty cool. All right, just give Jimmy a hole to shit in, and I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to be good. And when I do say CDC bros, I do mean it. Maybe you remember this from Newsweek. Chinese scientist claiming working on coronavirus claims pets can catch the infection. Says owners should monitor for symptoms. Now, this was a claim that came out just at the end of January. There's been a lot of debate about this, whether that's true or not. Now, before I show you the follow-up to that, I'd just like to, again, restate a sequence of events that happened between the CDC, the Center for Disease Control in the United States, and WHO, the World Health Organization. Now, WHO is what I like to call a bitch of China. They're down there, the head of WHO, on Deos or whatever his name is, sucking Chinese dick every day. Now, WHO was going to do a press conference before declaring an international emergency, and based on what they had been previously saying, it looked like they weren't going to do that. A half an hour before that conference was to take place, the CDC said human-to-human transmission is verified and possible, and it's happened in the United States. Immediately after the news was announced, WHO pushed back their conference by an hour and then declared an international health emergency. So I think our boys at the CDC there stepped in and smacked WHO around a little bit just to get the point made that maybe they should get off their retarded asses and do something useful for once. I know it's weird. But to further emphasize CDC bros compared to idiots, let's look at this. These are pulled from the websites of both the CDC and WHO, and it concerns infected pets. Now, here's what the CDC says. Question: should I be concerned about pets or other animals and the 2019 nCoV? That's the Wu flu. That's the official name for it. While this virus seems to have emerged from an animal source and is now spreading from person to person, CDC recommends that people traveling to China avoid animals, both live and dead. But there is no reason to think that any animal or pet in the United States might be a source of infection with this new coronavirus. And then there's a follow-up question. Should I avoid contact with pets or other animals if I am sick? Do not handle pets or other animals while sick. Although there has been no reports or... Did my stream just die on me there? Are we good? Are we good, chat? I think we're good. Okay. If CDC goes on to follow up and say, don't handle your pets or other animals while you're sick. Although there has not been reports of pets or other animals becoming sick with the nCoV virus, several types of coronaviruses can cause illness in animals and spread between people and animals. Until we know more, avoid contact with animals and wear a face mask if you must be around animals or care for a pet. So CDC's take on this is better safe than sorry. That's what they're saying. Better safe than sorry. That's what the CDC is saying. Now here's what WHO says. Can pets at home spread the new coronavirus? At present, there's no evidence that a companion animal such as a dog or cat can be infected with soap and water after contact with pets. This protects you from various common bacteria such as E. coli and Salmonella that can pass between pets and humans. So let me get this straight. The CDC says, hey, coronaviruses have been known in the past to transfer between people and animals. Better safe than sorry. Avoid contact if you can. You don't want to get sick. You don't want to get them sick. The WHO literally tells you, just pet them, bro. Go pet your animals. What the fuck does it matter? Just give them a pet. Fuck it. Just give them a little pet. Animals love it. Give them an itty bitty pet. Fuck it. Remarkable. Uh-oh. Are they trying to take me out yet? They might be. They might be coming for me. I don't know what's going on. It says I have excellent connection. But for some reason, For some reason, I don't have excellent connection. I'll wait for chat to catch up. Just F5 to refresh. I think we should be fine. Hopefully. Hopefully everything's going good. Eugene, stop. Yes, chat. Eugene needs to be stopped. He's the one out there doing it right now. Okay. Well, in between all the nonstop interruptions. Sorry. I don't know. I guess my connection's going to shit. Or Eugene's coming to get me. I don't know what to tell you. On my end, on the OBS, it says it's just fine. But for some reason, Eugene seems to be quite upset today. I guess he's been a little bit embarrassed. I don't blame him. I'd be embarrassed too. But my recommendation going forward, at least with this, would be listen to the CDC and don't listen to WHO, because WHO doesn't know what the fuck it's talking about. WHO seems to be really confused about how to approach this. Everything they've said has always been delayed by 3 or 4 days. First they said no human-to-human transmission. Guess what? There is. Now they're telling you to pet animals, even though CDC says, well, in the past shit's happened. Maybe be safe about it. Who's the one that said there shouldn't be an international travel ban or any restrictions on trade? Now, why don't you go tell that to the people on the cruise ship, of which there now seem to be, what, 60, 70 infected? Or how about the people on those plane flights that got infected? I'd almost say that WHO might be a little deficient or a little corrupt when it comes to giving sage advice to people that are trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in the world out there. One final little piece of news. There's a lot more to cover. I'll be honest with you. There's like 100 other fucking things that I'd love to go over, but there's so much, it's overwhelming. Just an article. A baby in China's epidemic, in Wuhan City, has been diagnosed with coronavirus 30 hours after being born. Lovely. Welcome to the world. Let's follow that up a little bit more. Pregnant women infected with the new coronavirus may be able to pass it to their unborn children. Infected women can give this to their unborn children, doctors at the Wuhan Children's Hospital said on Wednesday, according to Chinese state broadcaster CCTV. Doctors said it was possible after an infected coronavirus patient gave birth to a baby on February 2nd. The newborn was said to give a positive test result 30 hours later and confirmed to have the virus, the doctor said. Well, fantastic. What a great fucking virus the Chinese have manufactured in their bioweapons laboratory. So I want to be clear on it. Let's take all the speculation and all the reports and put them together. As far as this just delicious disease goes, what was it? 5 to 10 days outside the body can live on solid surfaces, spread through breathing or contact, can be transferred to unborn babies from their mothers, can infect your pets and potentially get you infected from your pets. It can be asymptomatic and contaminate people. And it pretty much culls older people and just wipes them out. What a brilliant disease. What are they cooking up there? What are those Chinese? What are they having a goof? What are they getting up to? I don't know. I'm looking forward to this being seasonal, aren't you? Hasn't this been fun? Can't you look at what's next year going to hold in store for us? For our seasonal outbreak of lung death. Infected mothers, concentration camps, 150 million people locked down, $500 billion in economic damage. Quarantines in effect, flight travel in effect, being banned. North Korea closing its borders, Mongolia, Russia closing their borders. Trade being interrupted. Companies making people quit or work from home. Seasonally. Just like the flu. Getting rounded up in a sick box, put on the back of a flatbed truck, and stuck in a building you can't take a shit in. Seasonally. Just like with the flu. But I think really the important takeaway from this is that we can't allow hate crimes to blow up into a pandemic. Okay, it's called genocide. Our boy here's right. We don't want to treat them like, as Eugene says, dirty infestors, like rats or cockroaches. Because making bat soup jokes it's doing much more damage than locking down 150 million people. Brilliant. Lovely. Wonderful. Oh, and I was wondering, and other people were wondering too, why the Liaoning province or whatever it is, it's like 100 people infected there. Why would they ever lock that down? It doesn't make any sense. Directly above North Korea. I have a feeling Kim Jong-un got on the phone and said, listen, motherfucker, okay, I'm crazy and I have 1 million troops. If you don't lock this shit down, if you bring it into my country, you're going to be paying for it. Just trust me. Just don't, is what Kim Jong-un told them. Just don't do it. Let's pull up as the last thing here. Give me 1 second, chat. Again, great source on Twitter for updated numbers and all of that shit would be BNO Newsroom at BNO Desk, because they're pretty damn good about it. Oh, they've got more information. Oh, chat, are you ready for this? Oh, you're gonna love it. Oh, joyous day. Guess what, New Zealand? You're infected now. Nationalities of the 61 people with coronavirus on the cruise ship near Tokyo. Drumroll, please. 28 Japanese, 11 American, 7 Australian, 7 Canadian, 3 Chinese, and 1 each from the following: Taiwan, the Philippines, Argentina, the UK, and New Zealand. All right, folks. We're finally worldwide. There are now infected people from every continent on Earth. It's happening. Once they confirm those South African cases, it's everywhere. It's Argentina. Sorry, South America, you lost. Now, when they fly him back and he infects all of you, just remember, it's this fucking cruise ship that did it. Lots of fun times going down there. Yeah, let's just keep them on the cruise ship. Work out just as well as those quarantine camps, I'm sure. What could go wrong, right, chat? Just keep all the sick people locked up with other sick people. What could go wrong? Also, there is an unconfirmed report that there are 7 cases currently in North Korea but cannot be verified. Now, if I had to guess, you know what? Let's take a look at the worldwide map. I'm going to pull this up. Let's have some fucking fun with it. Collapse match legend. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay. I'm going to pull this up, chat. We're going to take a look at the worldwide map of sick shit. Should look like your game of Plague Inc., really. 1 second. Nope, that's not what I want. Come on, where are you? There we go. All right. Let's take a look at China. Oh, and there is a legend. The legend of who the Chinese were. I know all these symbols. What do they mean? It's just infection numbers. Diamonds mean people have died there. Black is most infected, followed by purple and red, and then of course you get down to orange. But let's take a look around and see what it's looking like. And well, Wuhan is just nothing but diamonds. You notice how almost everything's a diamond, and it's working its way outwards. I don't know what's going on over in Chongqing, but there's some shit going down there because a lot of sick people. But here is Liaoning Province, and as you can see, all these infected fuckers are right at the borders. All right, I know we got people in Seoul, South Korea, but all the sick people right along those borders. I guarantee you, Kim said, not happening. Get that shit the fuck away from me. Oh, looks like, did we jump up? We did. We got a red. Over 20 people infected there. Oh boy, look at all that. Just along the shoreline, going to Taiwan. Hello, Taiwan. Hi, Hong Kong. Prepared to get fucked in your ass, are you? Lots of shit. Again, I don't know what the Laotian strategy against this is, but they've got superpowers. They've held off the infection from every single fucking direction. It's quite remarkable. Lots of people now in Malaysia and Singapore getting sick. We've got Aussie, oi, 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 sick as shit. Again, my condolences. I think the fire tornadoes were punishment enough. I don't know what God has against you, but he has something. Spread out nicely across Europe. Always love that. Finland and Sweden, Norway, of course, safe for now. But for how long? We all know how this game works. All right. Greenland, Iceland, and Madagascar are the pain in the asses when you're playing Plague Inc. So, how do we get into those, and how do we get over here? I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then, of course, the good old US of A. Confined over here on the West Coast. One in Arizona, one in Washington, one in Massachusetts, and it's working its way up towards Minnesota. Frightfully so, actually, from Chicago to Wisconsin and onward. But just look at that fucking cluster. Look at this. Every day I've been watching this cluster grow, and it gets more ridiculous. Even when you zoom in, it looks ridiculous. It's spread northward, and now it's spreading east. Or I'm sorry, it's spreading west. Mongolia, I don't know how you're going to hold out. We've got a little line of enemy infected marching their way into Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. Down here we've got somebody there. This one unit's confused. I think he's going to try to attack Bhutan. I don't know how that's going to work. Guy in Nepal probably got really drunk and fucked a hooker. Nothing to worry about over there. Thailand, I'm pretty sure half of the infected cases in Thailand are American sex tourists. And nobody cares about pedophiles, so hopefully they all die a painful death. Vietnam, working its way down towards Cambodia. And then, of course, the Philippines, we have one death out there. And I think we had one death in Hong Kong, too. Yeah, so we got some deaths outside the area. But that is your map update on what's going on out there. Spooky stuff, chat. Spooky stuff. But again, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm enjoying this happening. You know, when there were a lot of riots going on, when the Black Lives Matter marches were going on, I felt like the Justice for Jamar stuff, the Baltimore stuff, I was on that every day. I found it entertaining. I find this entertaining. It's like a real life video game, a real life strategy game in front of me. And where's it going to go? What's it going to do next? And you're not even getting real information. I mean, the Chinese are telling people the numbers are starting to come down a little bit. They're telling people everything's under control. But everything they do doesn't seem to indicate that everything's under control. Instead, what we're dealing with, 150 million people locked down, $500 billion in damage. People saying it's going to be seasonal and it affects unborn babies and pets. Rounding people up to put them in quarantine camps. That doesn't really seem indicative to me of something being under control. Now we'll have to see how it spreads in the world, out there in the open. But just look at this cruise ship. It's been quarantined for like a day or two, and already it went from 10 people to 60 people. So, I mean, it seems to spread pretty quickly when you put people in a confined space, like, I don't know, metropolitan areas and big cities where all those fucking airports are located. Maybe that's why that federal quarantine makes sense. Maybe that's why we shouldn't be opening those borders up. Keep them closed, play it safe. Just for giggles, for now, at the very least. Let's see if there are any other late-breaking information here. Canada. There are 3 cases in BC that are presumptive confirmed, pending results. Oh, so Canadians, today you've got a double whammy. Not only did you have people on the cruise ship that got sick, but now you have 3 presumptive positives in British Columbia. Congratulations, North Korea, maybe getting sick. Of course, Japan getting fucked up its ass right now with the cruise ship. And then, of course, let's not forget Dr. Li Wenliang. Am I saying that right? Was the guy that tried to come forward with all the information about the virus at the very beginning and was told by the Wuhan police and the communist overlords that he would get caned or some shit if he didn't shut the fuck up. And then he caught the disease himself, and now he is dead. So the guy that tried to warn the world and got bullied by their police force ended up getting sick and dying. Just fucking great. That's just what everybody needs. What a great reward for trying to warn people about the fucked up shit that's happening. Can we get a rip and pepperoni in chat for him? Can I get an RIP? Can we press F for the guy that tried to warn the world, even though his commie government was being fucking stupid? Just an F or a rip. Just something to remember him by. Oh, there we go. We got a few Fs. A few Fs and a few rip and pepperonis. And somebody saying, no, I'm not going to say rest in peace. Fuck you. Fuck you, Dr. Lee. I don't care. Somebody, I'm apparently not a very big fan of him. All right, well, let's go, bro. Let's go. Well, I think we've had a good Corona-chan update. I've been following this shit religiously. I was getting so into anime and manga, I was really enjoying myself, and then boom, this hits out of nowhere. And it is fascinating. I fucking love this shit. Follow it every day. Where's it going to go next? If the Chinese are hiding things, which almost everybody believes they are. Everybody really, pretty much everybody knows they are. If they are hiding it, eventually it's going to come out. You can't keep it a secret for too long, and you can't keep people confined on a large scale without them going stir crazy and batshit on you. Eventually, they're just going to have enough, and then we're going to see some fireworks. In fact, we have been seeing fire. There are a couple videos, if you look them up, of burnings that are taking place at night in Wuhan. Nobody knows what they are. Nobody can get down on the ground to get a good look. But there's some in the streets. There's some out in fields. There's large bonfires taking place in the middle of the night. Lots of strange things happening. Don't know if those are rioters or anarchists or if that's the government burning bodies. Who the fuck knows? Sounds like a ghost town in the daytime, and at nighttime people just either scream out their windows at each other or they film weird shit taking place like raging infernos for no fucking reason. We will jump into the super chats here in a second. Where's a little break thing here? There we go. Let me go get a drink, and I'll start working my way through those. I do have a song I can play actually that I think you'll like. People have been making Corona chant songs. Kudos and videos. Great job. Let me play this one, then I'll come back and read the super chats. For everybody else, have a good night. Stay away from airports. Don't listen to who in Canada. You're not racist for not jumping on a plane to go to Wuhan right now. All right, that's insane. And Canada and the World Health Organization are out of their fucking minds trying to convince people otherwise. Don't listen to them. But we'll start with super chats in like 3 to 5 minutes. Here we go. I hope you enjoyed the musical interlude with our little Corona chant. It's a great video. I love the fact that that was put together. I believe my good friend Mr. Anti-Bully on Twitter will put a link up to that video. Somebody found it on YouTube. People were posting clips of it on Twitter, and then they found the video. So I think he'll post a link to it so you can go enjoy that on your own time, which is the best time to enjoy it. All right, let me get ready here. We'll jump right into it. All right. From Hans Handsome, thanks to Trudeau, all of us in Canada have the Wu flu, and now we are deadly in the art of Kung flu. If only we were racist to tickling Asians due to Mao Bomborus. I feel like I might have had a stroke trying to read that. A little bit. Maybe it's my time. It might be coming. From Mario Carter 13, 10 cent. How much cash will be left in Shanghai? I don't know. Tencent did make an announcement to their employees to stay and work at home. And I believe Foxconn has shut down a majority of their factories. So it's having an economic toll on work being done right now in China. Errant Vice. Something about Mexican beer virus makes make an Elder Scrolls lore video. Also, James Drake likes guys as a guy. RPGer 90. Look into ILI numbers in the U.S. and other nations. From Point Curation. Still admire China's tyranny, Trudeau. From Veggie Bad. I can at least die happy knowing that libtards are losing their iPads and becoming anti-heroes now that Trump has been acquitted. Oh, that is true. I mean, I guess we could take a second to talk about Trump and Pelosi having a shit fit rage over the fact that she lost. How many months of wasted time for that shit? And then Trump is acquitted. And now he's making speeches and just rubbing it right in her fucking face. And it's pretty great. I'm sure she's infuriated. I'm sure Schiff is infuriated. I'm sure they're all very fucking angry. Mitt Romney trying that bullshit, I'm above it all, let me give you a speech, I'm going to vote this way thing. And Trump is just shitposting on Twitter like he always does. And I know that pisses them off. From Mantis Riger, can I get an F in chat? Someone just got blessed with Corona Chan 30 minutes from where I live in the UK. Well, Mantis Riger, I'll give you an F. And I think you're probably going to be dead in a day. Nice knowing you. Donate some more before your lungs collapse and you're not able to move. From Awful Human, who loves China because the WHO head is part of the Ethiopian Commie Party. The CCP just killed Kushi, the guy recording the cover-up in hospitals. From Raffling Steaks, Wu Flu Pride Worldwide. Can you read out what's inscribed on the Georgia Guidestones and tell everyone they're called the NWO 10 Commandments? Georgia Guidestones. Let's look them up. I think I know what you're talking about, but whatever. We'll take a look. Unless it's like an hour long, in which case, no, I won't. But let's take a look at the text. Granite monument erected in 1980 in Elbert County, Georgia, in the United States. A set of 10 guidelines. Let's read. Here are the guidelines on the Georgia Guidestones that the Super Chatter wanted to hear. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. Unite humanity with a new living language. Rule passion, faith, tradition with all things with tempered reason. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Balance personal rights and social duties. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. Be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. Well, maybe Corona Chan's a fan of number one of maintaining humanity under 500 million. She's going for it. Maybe that's what she's up to. Got to work on what did you call the NWO stones? From Lay Aristocrat Man. You've been visited by Lay Aristocrat Man. Top keks and SJW destruction will come your way, but only if you supposed. Thanks, Aristocrat. Hashtag GG Police. Fuck. From Reno Miles. Good evening, Jim Bambino. I have a plan B if I catch Corona, Jan, that I would like to share here and now. I'll do a massive flip from the Verrazano Bridge. I don't know if you're going to have the lung capacity to walk to the bridge, let alone flip from it. Well, depending on your age, I guess. If you're older, you're fucked. Anderson Paladin, have you embraced Nurgle as your Lord and Savior? I don't think we have a choice at this point. Metacor's Lunicorn Archives. Eugene blocked me after you retweeted my tweets, while I never even talked to him. Rent-free chat, press 1 if Eugene is a brainless retard. Press 2 if he's a bitch-made faggot. Well, those are your two choices, a 1 or a 2. From X Amos X, can I volunteer to spread this Chinese super aids to the metropolitan areas of California? I think there are already people working at that. They're called gift givers, and you don't have to worry about it. From Sika Lothar, why so worried about a virus that is more or less contained within a province? And why are you so stupid that you evacuated people from said province? I don't know why they're doing what they're doing in China. It's not one province now, it's 3 that are locked down. And they're evacuating them from everywhere. The only country I think that has refused to evacuate their people from China at the moment is Pakistan. And I'm fairly certain India said they'd evacuate them for them. And I'm almost certain they did that just to be cunts because I know they don't get along. From Roscoe P. Coltrane, hello Jim. My wife is a nurse and Asian. From zero to fucked, how single am I? I think it's time to start hitting the bar scene, buddy. From Sika Lothar again. Yes, it is just a flu. You looking down on the flu. From Orias Rofo Kale. Rip me, the Taiwanese visitor asked me for directions during lunch. Also, since China loves stealing IPs, they should just name this Captain Trips. From Epic Yoshi. Intelligent businessman, DSP is bankrupt, Jim. Oh, how are we going to ever live knowing that the Golden God is bankrupt? I know he's filing for it. I don't know how far along in the process he is, though. From Anxietis? Tist? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. This dumpster fire is amazing. From Sus, I paused Jersey Shore for you. Also, call your mom. Are they still running Jersey Shore? I'm fairly certain that's been dead and buried for at least a decade now. From Jesse Jackson, this nibber over here eating beans, laugh my ass off. From Big Guy, look up Tencent may have accidentally leaked real data on Wuhan virus deaths. Well, okay, yeah. That is one I left off just because you never know. But I did find it fascinating. I mean, everybody from the Daily Mail to, I think even the New York Times was talking about it. Tencent, and there are screen caps going around alleging that Tencent accidentally leaked the real numbers. And the real numbers were, I think, as you said in your super chat, 140 or 54,000 infected, but like 28,000 dead. Which I guess might have some, might have a little something to it if they're locking down even more provinces. But how can you tell? Tell Daddy how big you are. Are we going back to talking about Chinese cartoons and laughing at speds on the internet anytime soon? Because I'm getting burnt out on the Wu Flu news. Oh no, I'm all in on this shit. Until the apocalypse happens or they contain it. And then we'll get back to Chinese or little Chinese girl cartoons. From Josh Fallon, we're all going to die, but that's okay. Life's overrated anyway. Permafrost, the Chinamen have built death camps now. Looks like they might be trying to increase their high score. China number one. Well, actually, the official term is quarantine camp. I'm sorry, mass quarantine camp. From Elizabeth Varing, Tracy Twyman didn't kill herself. Hashtag Hoffman body count. From Drew Durant, hell yes, Jim. From Lifeless Loser, quit my job, date went bad. Last I heard, Wu Flu might not affect non-Asians as much. Oh well, thinking of going to trade school, always need cars. Yeah, that is one that I keep seeing pop up in news stories, but the science is well beyond me, so I couldn't tell you until they're more definitive. But they do say that it affects Asians more. Or it's speculated that it does, like upwards of 600% more. Which just makes China look even stupider. Who builds a biological weapon that kills more of your own than the enemy? I don't know what they were thinking. From Victor Phantasm, boss, reinvent Church of Unitology from Dead Space into Virology. Make yourself and Jadar Priest and the virus our saints. Charge us 1/3 of our monthly income and make us sign our wills to you. Convergence draws near. Yes, sadly, though, I have no giant organism that's going to explode out of a planet. Isn't that what happened at Dead Space? Dead Space kind of trailed off. But from what I understand, it had a pretty cool ending to the whole arc. If I'm thinking of the right one. Wasp 86. Being in Minnesota must be mortifying for you right now since Corona Chan just graced Wisconsin. Yeah, like I said, it's marching its way up. It was in Chicago, down in Illinois, and then found its way into Wisconsin. Just going to keep traveling up right into Minnesota. I think the only safe fucking places are like Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota, because nobody really goes there. From Lodi82, I ordered a Jimco hoodie, and when I got it, it had Taylor Swift print on the back. I sent your Mr. Anti-Bully the pictures the other day. I'm not sure why Taylor Swift would be on the back of it, but you just got to shake it off. Shake it off, shake it off. From Spike Strat 13, Eugene has a song. Look up Eugene Ace Frehley. He has a song, as in he sings one, or about him? Because I heard about the whole wife thing, and he gets really sensitive about that. And he also has a Wikipedia article, for some reason. From Chingy Bingy, Ching Chong my wing wong. This chai niggy by ingy virus will make us gone. From Prophet Muhammad, me Chinese, me make flu, me kill 3/4 of the world's population. Doesn't rhyme. No, it doesn't matter. Also, no, because a year from now, no one's going to be alive to reread this message. From Jay Long, I just bought a sand boa and named him after you, Jim. I'm about to feed him a live mouse for the first time. Any suggested names for the sacrifice to the Sweetie Squad mascot? All hail Corona-chan. You could call the sacrifice Eugene, if you'd like. From Black Knight Jack, Riddle made a video today about a potential way to cure the coronavirus. Was wondering if you'd watch it and what your thoughts would be. I've not watched it yet. I'll probably take a look at it later on. There was somebody posting on Poll and a few other places talking about, well, there were two things. One saying that there was a known cure to it, and another saying that there was a patent filed in China for a cure for it. I don't know if either of those are true. I haven't had a chance to look into either of them, and I haven't seen this video. Maybe it talks about that or something different. I don't know. I'll have to check it out later, I guess. From The Real Asami, their face when I live in Wisconsin and have the sniffles. Nice knowing you. Corona-chan, woo! Everything's so scary. We should all huddle together for security, which is probably the worst choice to make in a contagious of viruses out there. James Stevens, it's my birthday and I'm super sad and anxious. Thanks for making it a little better. Well, happy birthday. From Kithhawk, just saw one of the first whistleblowers died of the disease. Yes, he did. You know what was really weird is it was reported he was dead early in the morning, at least U.S. time. And by the afternoon, the New York Times put up a story saying he was critically ill. Every other news outlet had said he was dead. But the fucking New York Times, for some reason, said, no, he's just really sick right now in critical condition. I don't know where they got their source from or why they reported it like that, but they did. It's bizarre. From Rex Remedy, say blue Blue Ball Baby Butter Bottle Body Bag. There you go. Xenophag Uprising. Jim, I have a first date tomorrow night. Any advice? We're going to a few art museums in the beach. My advice is skip the date if you're going to an art museum because you're not going to get any. Hey, baby, I'm going to show you a good time. Let's go to the art museum. Why are you taking your date to free places? That's what I'm asking. Art museum and a beach, I don't think either of those cost money. It's not a good first impression. I'm not saying you have to put out a lot of money, but at least buy the bitch a Big Mac. From Tums Festival, linger longer. What's the odds of DSP surviving a diagnosed case? Well, he's not in the age range really for the kill zone of this thing, and he doesn't smoke, but he does snort and honk a lot. I don't know, 50-50, I guess. From Brulio Cornholio, Shalom, Jim and chat. Don't forget to visit your local synagogue for your Wu flu vaccine. Don't question it, Goy. Sniffle Squad, rise up. From Riri121, things are about to get interesting to say the least. Good luck and happy landing, everybody. From John Smith, I trust the Chinese numbers like I trust Jim when he says he'll read a manga recommendation or play something on the next stream. Love you, Jim. Well, here's the thing. I do read a lot of shit. The problem with Mal, my anime list or whatever it is, half the shit I've read over the past couple of weeks, there's no entry for it. I don't understand how, especially if it's like a manhwa, they don't have it up there. If it's newer than 6 months, it's not fucking listed up there. It's a bit infuriating, to be honest, because I do go to read recommendations and then I never get a chance to like list it off. Like, yeah, I've checked it out. From Mad Clock, how many lemons has China lost so far? I'd say many lemons. Boy, what a time to have D-Live bought out by the Chinese. I'm sure Justin Sun and his, I can't even remember what altcoin he shills, but I'm sure that's going to go great. From Rob Klein, shout out to Sean Ranklin, Legato Madi. Meet Pearl Explained is a video where a senile old psycho lady who is controlled by a dead squirrel tells her to harass opossums. You know, now that you mentioned pearls, Chinese are trying like traditional medicine right now to deal with the coronavirus, and one of the ingredients, aside from like bull dicks, was pearls. It just, why would that, I don't understand it. I think they're trying to give them any hope to all these sick people they're putting into concentration camps that have no toilets. What a weird fucking reality. What a weird reality to live in. Locked in a building with no toilets and fed pearls by the communist government. Like, what the fuck's up with that? From Rando number 9, Jim, add daily lives of high school boys to your anime list. It can cure you of corona, AIDS, ligma, and SARS. The WHO confirmed it. From the Awoo Patrol, can you catch a cold from cunnilingus? I think I have a case of the sniffles, and so does my wife and our neighbor Tyrone. Well, I'm going to guess you've got more than the sniffles if your face has been down there. I'd ask Tyrone if he's been to the doctor lately. From Tygo Garcia, Jim, need a We Was Kings video for this year's Black History Month. It is a special month, that is true. From 99 Kresnik, hi Jim, here are some shekels, assuming Susan keeps her claws off them. Heard rumor of cremated Wu flu victims being used to construct hospitals. What are they using it as spackle? Are they cremating the bodies and mixing it with water to make mortar for their bricks? Holy crap. Seems the CCP is going back to the Great Wall methodology. From Atticus Phone, police pray Corona-chan gets Israel as bad as China. Hey GK Jim, look up Keshi Foundation on YouTube. They posted a vid a week ago about how to cure this pandemic by drinking homemade battery acid. We're saved. Well, we did have an article that came out about 4 days ago saying that QAnon was recommending you drink bleach, which is always a brilliant strategy. From Kithok, our school keeps having don't be easier to Chi-Com chats. Wait, our school keeps having don't be easier to Chi-Com chats. Please help half of the kids are Chinese and one visited family in Wuhan. I'd say just don't go to school. From Chorgan Squirmhammer, as Wu flu spreads nationwide, we dying soon. Well, right now it's pretty contained in America, but it is spreading over in China. From Kill All Pedos, hey Jim, have you heard Wu flu is in Minnesota? They got a guy from Minneapolis quarantined. Hope you've had your shots, you filthy potato weep. I know there have been suspected cases, but I don't know if there's any confirmed yet. Then again, the CDC does have like 80 more test results they're running through. From Zandolf the Gay, hey Jimbo, I live in Cali, already planning a Mexico trip to buy some HIV meds, and you thought us in the gift giver state were goners. Beans, rise up. Well, no, actually, I thought the gift giver state would spread it the most, but also be the safest. Just given that gift givers probably would already have access to that medicine, and that it would be everywhere in the state. From Enki Dorado, how much money have you made off this disease? Hopefully enough to cure myself when I get infected with it. We'll find out. From Oi Pot Stiven, should I start writing cough? Oh, I see. Should I start writing my own testament? No. But this is just the flu. By the way, Jim, start watching Dororo. It's good anime. I've actually watched it already. Can't believe it's not come. It's a fantastic username, by the way. Just a heads up that parts of Australia that were on fire are now underwater due to flooding. Why did God press S to spit on Australia? I don't know why God fucking hates you guys so much. What did you do? Did a bunch of drunk Aussies just go take shits in churches? I'm trying to figure out exactly what the motivation was. From Mobile Crusader, did you hear that the whistleblower doctor who was the first one to announce the virus died today? Yes, we talked about it. From Beef 1982, thanks for the stream tonight, Jim. Going to work shift. This will help. From Maury Animation, Sniffle Squad in Hobart, beware. The hospital isn't disposing of or using PPE properly. Infection control worker here. F in chat, please. That does not sound good. From Rurai, bat soup for everyone. Gregory Bogasian. But is Corona-chan a bioweapon made by combining the common flu with HIV or not? No, clearly Corona-chan is the end result of eating the ass of a bat. I mean, you can't say, okay, thermonuclear proliferation weaponry, no. Grandiose war, no. Meteor strike, no. How does the world end? Some guy ate the asshole of a bat. You can't say God doesn't have a sense of humor. Nobody saw that coming. From Marx, hope Trump knights you for all of the hard journalism. This is not journalism. This is a happening stream. If you want journalism, I'd go follow the fine folks over at Polygon and Wired and Vice, because clearly they've got the hottest of hot takes on these things. Willie Today Anili, quote from Last Chinese Man Before Succumbing to Wu Flu. I'm off to the great bat soup kitchen in the sky. My ancestors are smiling down upon me. Filthy round eye. Can you say the same? From Solid Carrot, spent all of January in Kyoto. I feel fine, but that might be because the real cure for the Wu flu is yellow fever. Stay safe indoors. Go back to sleep. From Just Dash, as a good goy, I licked an elder Asian man today. No one can call me a racist now. Cough. From Maxwell Vale, Koof Clan, rise up. From Ryan Hewer, Jim, the lovely Gail Cord Schuler got caught by the evil Jesuits. Unfortunately, her lightning dildo couldn't save her. Check out her latest video. Why are they always interfering with her love of data? Why won't she just let her? Why won't they let her have that relationship? Okay, these Jesuits always making terrible things happen. There was a whole cat rape incident. Now they've caught her. It's truly a crime. It's a pity. From Permafrost, I bet the succubus threads on X are wild right now. Actually, yeah, now that you mention it with all the Corona-chan art, just because of how she looks, I would expect that. I'm going to go check that out later. I bet you're 100% right. From Hugh Mungus, oh God, I'm going to coof. Oh God, I'm coofing. Rebecca Asseber, Jim, I made you a Wu flu offering that will ward off the virus. Stay safe. And there's a link. I'll check it out. From Hawaiian Bliat, Spanish flu, Black Death, how long in Sanghong going to get away with this? From Corona Guy, Jim, Hubei province numbers that WHO uses are wrong. The 20,000 number means critically ill with pneumonia, not just confirmed. Thousands more sick. I have a thread on our coronavirus called Can Anyone Translate Chinese? Yeah, that is one thing I'll say. There's a lot of videos that do get released on social media American social media, or even some videos up on YouTube. The only problem is, like, there are only so many people that can translate, so when half the shit comes out, nobody knows what anybody's saying. I hope there's, the whole can anyone translate. I hope more people start translating this shit so everybody can understand what the fuck people are saying in the videos. From Nick, read Blame and Biomega, great sci-fi manga. From Scarecrows 709, tried sending a link, but Google is being gay. From Michael Judge, Jeb 2020, please God, please. Oh, we all need a little bit of Yeb. His guac is the cure, I'm sure of it. Scarecrows again. Flu you, Jim. Wisconsin is safe. The Red Pill Nation, the drug remdesivir cured a Washington patient. Looks like the ride is over, guys. It was fun while it lasted. Rip Corona Champ. You were too good for the world. Not trying to ruin the fun. And that's remdesivir. I don't know what that is, but there. I guess we've got our drug. Let's see what it is. Let me look it up. Is this just another clever name for bleach? Antiviral drug developed by Gilead Sciences is a treatment for Ebola and Marburg virus infections. So you're telling me that Corona-chan, the treatment for Corona-chan is Ebola medicine and AIDS medicine. That just kind of strikes me as weird. I'm glad if it works, but it strikes me as weird. Oh, hey, do you got the common cold? You remember that time you had the flu when we gave you AIDS and Ebola medicine to make it go away? From Purple Oblivion, getting tired reading your manga in Rex, and recommendations. Then finding out it's like 1/3 done. Anything finished you'd like to share? Iseki's mostly, but anything good. Well, welcome to the world of reading shit. It's like almost all of them are like that. You'll get about like 20 chapters in, it's not finished. You'll get 100 chapters in, it's not finished. If you want something really, really, really long to read, it's still not finished. I can give you recommendations, though. The legendary... Oh, my God. I'm going to fuck it up already. Let me find the name of it. I'll give you one right now you can go read. Yeah, The Legendary Moonlight Sculptor. There, go read that. That's pretty good. From Big Poppy, Jim, I love your videos, and I want to formally invite you into my platoon when the virus inevitably kills us all. Well, I'll remember that when I'm trying to get past a checkpoint, as they're trying to haul me off to a mass quarantine camp. Hopefully you're the guard there and can let me sneak away. From Permafrost Base Pinoys, from Mr. James in Bloggington, Terry A. Davis tried to warn us, but we ignored him. Jason Weaver, I hope I get Oriental flu so I don't have to go back to me. New awful job. I hate my life and want it all to end. Flu-chan, please take me, please. From Fuzhou, look into Blade's leg and toe. It's coming off. Really? How would I find this? Can I share this on chat? Well, we'll have to see how bad it is. Let's find out. 1 second, chat. I'm looking something up. Have they put... Holy shit. Dude, no way that's his fucking foot. Holy fucking shit. He's going to lose his foot, isn't he? That is so disgusting. I don't know. I'm torn on this. Chat, would you like to see the end result of diabetes and rampant alcoholism in a live streamer's life? You know, the sort of guy that just doesn't take responsibility and go to the doctor like he should when he has a basic medical need and lets it just get worse and worse and worse. Would you like to see what absolute terror looks like in biological form? If you would, I'll show you what Blade's toe looks like at this very moment. Show it. I'm seeing a lot of show it's. Oh, people want to take a look. I don't really think you do want to see this, but okay. Let's take a look at the glorious toe. Totally healthy, by the way. Nothing wrong with this. Where are we? Here we go. Imagine the smell. What the fuck? Oh, that is really not right. That's from February 4th, the person, so that's 2 days old. Oh, that is bad, man. How do you fuck your toe up like that? Oh, now I get to wait for chat because of the delay. I get to wait for chat to actually see it, catch up to it. Oh, you guys are going to love that. Oh, I wish there wasn't a delay. I wish I could see the immediate reaction. Has a little background music to play or something while we wait. Oh, wait, did that not actually maybe? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's not looking good. I don't even know what you'd call that. At that point, I don't even know what that is. You're going to start seeing bone pretty soon. Yeah, that looks like it's from his YouTube live stream. Look at the size of the hole. It's just wrong. Jesus. Okay. From the Red Pill Nation, human trials are underway for the drug remdesivir. It cured a Washington patient. It kills SARS and MERS viruses. It targets, there we go. It targets coronaviruses specifically. Mario Kart 13 video is not the only thing going viral. Koof koof. From Lao Coder, Mr. Metokur, I'm koofing. Oh, I'm gonna koof. From I Hate Yankees, Tencent accidentally leaked the real numbers. Everything is several times worse than the PRC is saying. From Deus03, hey there, quick question. My girl got a garter belt from Guangdong on the 28th of December, and I am FUBAR, or am I FUBAR'd, or is it just her? Shout out to bankrupt DSP. I don't think the item is probably going to be contaminated. I think you'll be fine. From Articus Prime, I have never been outside the United States, but I'm starting to get symptoms of the virus. Going to the hospital tomorrow if the symptoms get worse. From Ethereal, F for the bongs, trapped in the viral tin can. Yeah, it's pretty shitty being stuck on that fucking thing. From the Biden Touch, won't anyone think of the poor, poor Jewish community? The rabbis already spread herpes with their baby dick chopping. Now they get coronavirus too. From Voken Du Dinko, just fire a set of torpedoes at it, problem solved. Alan Down Under, the absolute ineptitude of the government officials makes me think we're stuck in a game of Plague Inc. set on easy mode. We deserve Corona Chan. From Nelio, the Koof Boat. Is that related to the Love Boat? Just a darker storyline. From JC McHandsome Face, Plague Cultists rise up. Well, now that you said that, let me put a picture of our Plague Cultists back up here. Where are we? That's a cover image. Where's the Ebola cult? There we go. Let that sit up there for a while. From Zach Osborne, stupidity to this level is not incompetence, it's malicious. Waste Evo, based and Nurgle-pilled. My wife Corona Chan is so cute. From Sean Turner, Jim, can you please play I'm the Cook? Maybe on another stream. The Good Doctor, I for one, welcome the return of Plague Ships. From Eduardo Ramirez, Jimbo, lighten up. It's just a fog, bro. Ak, ak, ak. From Wild Burn, how can you call yourself a boomer if you don't know that the Lizard King is James Morrison from The Doors? Mr. Mojo rising up and death to all Chinamen. Alan Down Under, what level of happening are we at today? We're at a moderate level of happening because currently we're not the ones in the concentration quarantine camps. From Vegum, can you call Devin a faggot? Thanks, Dad. Well, Devin, you heard him. Vegum has something to say. My dog's attacking somebody. From Filthy Casual, wait for the Wu flu to clear, then annex China in the name of freedom. From Ryman, SO2 Boogaloo, Blake Foley, how is Jade handling being quarantined in the basement? Not well at first, but the muzzle really helped to quiet it down. Joshua Larson, Jim, knock it off with conspiracies. They clearly aren't burning bodies as there are no smokestacks, silly. From Defter Tuna, Winnie the Flu, ancient Chinese secret for raising a zombie army. From Farm Master Flex, it's just smog, bro. From Noitelik, Chinese hookers are having to lower their prices due to white men preferring untreated yellow fever over the Wu flu. The Poon market has never been hotter. Buy, buy, buy while the price is low. From Pesky Hunter, hey Jim, please say, oh, you want me to do that? Okay. Hi, you've reached Chris, IT professional. Chris isn't available to answer the phone. Please leave a message after the beep, because by that time I'll be done molesting horses. There you go, Pesky. Cheap whiskey. Kirby doesn't inhale bats. Pollo. Chris Meter. Thank you for keeping us safe from the Wu flu, Papa Metokur. Hopefully Trump 2020 will yeet all these horrible diseases back to the third world. Love you, my nibba. From Sean PK49, GT lives. or lives getting his boy whole stuffed in California bathhouses. I think he meant loves, but there we go. From We All, can you tell Nick he's a dirty hobo and to never at me again? You heard him, Nick. From The Rotting Dog, apparently the numbers were leaked accidentally by Tencent were closer to 154,000 infected and 24,000 dead. From Perigi Siggy, gassing and burning, my God, such racist. Sean Turner, if it's so hard to burn people, how did they burn 6 million in the early 1900s? Makes you think. Like they stretched the truth. Maybe it was a lie. From 113657, weird how everyone's forgotten about Epstein now. I haven't. Always got my mind on Mr. Epstein and his egg-shaped penis. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's up to. Other than, being dead. But I've got my eye out there. Prince Andrew gave an interview where he gave the world's most bizarre answers to questions. He's still got associates roaming out there. But you're right. A lot of people just dropped it. They bought the story that a man committed suicide by backflipping off a bunk bed with toilet paper tied around his neck. And then wrote a suicide note that said, "Spiders scare me." Come on. From Permafrost, great leap forward to cremated Flugaloo. From Oipoet Stiven, how many seasons of Corona are we going to get? Oh, every season. Every year. The Real Fallen Demon, my friend in Seoul, was saying that they've taken in 6,000 infected Chinese for treatment there. Apparently the new president sucks commie cock pretty hard. From Donut Guard, daily reminder that Wuhan virus is genetically targeted at the Chinese and to Westerners. It'll be nothing worse than the common flu. Rex Zelius, they made Corona Chan in response to the Hong Kong liberators. Now they're all crispy fried rice under a dirt mound. From Dio Brando, they are importing Corona patients into San Antonio. I don't know why they do it, but I guess they are. Exploding Prinny, San Fran is having a Chinese New Year parade on Saturday. Spokesman said that the cars are more deadly than Corona Chan, and xenophobia is bad. Actually, where's that article? It should be, there we go. Yeah, well, I'll leave that up as a reminder. So you all learn your lesson that, cars are more dangerous than Corona Chan, okay? And, remember the wise words of Eugene. We don't want another, what did he call it? Actually, what did he call it? He said the stupidest shit. Every day he says really dumb shit. Where are you, Eugene? Instead of this article, we're going to leave Eugene up. There we go. Maybe he's organizing the fucking parade. I don't know. I don't know what Eugene is doing. Stephen Stromboli, let the darkness grow. CV invasion. Well, Jim, there is a confirmed case of the virus in Wisconsin. I've had a good run. Thanks for the laughs. From at something. At C30F and a bunch of other shit. Nurgle, it's just a prank, bro. Julius Caesar 224. Hey, Jim, how long until we see Chernobyl-style liquidation teams, except it's for people instead of animals? I think we're already seeing that, just based on the clips we watched earlier. Mario Kart 13, Trump's China Phase 2 is pretty based so far. From Make Station Wagons Great Again, Ryu and Chun-Li's Hadouken and was coronavirus. ABCDEFG, this is utterly terrifying footage, do you agree? Are you talking about people being round up? Or are you talking about them being put into the world's worst sim game, where they have a facility they're locked into with no toilets to take a shit in? That just seems fucking mean. I don't understand the reason for that. You can't even let them take a dump. Like, what a dickish move. From ETR, am I being quarantined? Nurse brutality Yeah, they need to read the Articles of Confederation. Under the Magna Carta, you need to provide me a bucket I can shit in. Okay, that's guaranteed to me. From Jay, China just confirmed another 3,143. Just a flu, bro. From Castizo, will the quarantine camps have Wi-Fi by any chance? I don't know if they'll have Wi-Fi, but they'll have Wu Flu. From Zach Osborne, why the Second Amendment shall not be infringed. Harry Henderson, the Boo Wee Box. From Boy Goji, what the hell is going on? Elizabeth Bathory, pack your bags, Jimmy, summer camp time. Oh yeah, we're all looking forward to quarantine camp. The Good Doctor, Cube 2. From Hitch Watson, reminder, China has the equivalent of half of America's population under quarantine. Imagine the logistics of it. It's impossible. Get into your quarantine cage. From Chem Trail Mix, all aboard the Wuhan party van. From Legato Madi, oh my, my cough is catching up to me. From Legato Madi, they Chinese, they play joke, they put pee-pee in the Coke. Me USA, me so smart, I'll just not drink the pee-pee part. See, that's thinking outside the box. That's the American way. Black Cube Mystery, that's no sick box. It's a shredder or wood chipper. From Cheeseberry, hey Jim, are you aware of this autistic bodybuilder, Jason Genova? I'm amazed I've never heard you mention him before. Enjoy the Ment. Is he the one that kept giving, he would like pick fights with other bodybuilders? What's that fucking order in Star Wars where they made everybody turn on the Jedi? Is that the guy that would like give Order 66 or whatever the fuck it was to people? Like tell his Twitter followers to go after other bodybuilders he'd get angry at? If that's who you're talking about, yes, I have heard of him. If that's a different guy, then no, it's not ringing a bell. From Saipa Velbane, hey Jim, I've heard that the virus only affects Asian people. Do you think it's true? No, actually non-Asians are affected. Satan's Advocate, hi Jimbo, currently at work at a major university, hoping my gas mask and filters come before I am infected. Can I get an F in chat? Well, we will remember you. Satan's Advocate. Epic Yoshi, this coronavirus is almost as bad as DSP forgetting to save his game and having to do or redo 30 minutes of gameplay. Well, will they let him keep his games? See, I'm kind of curious about how he's filing for bankruptcy, because I thought like if you filed for big boy bankruptcy, they took all your shit and sold it. Like they maybe let you keep your house, maybe let you keep a car, but then they took all your shit and they sold it. And doesn't he have like a bajillion video games and computers and systems and like gimmicky shit, collectibles, and just a ton of stuff? Right? Like he should enjoy redoing 30 minutes of gameplay. It's the last gameplay he's going to get before the court takes all his shit. From Reclusive Duck, Winnie the Pooh has discovered the final solution. From Not Yels, these videos are reason 6361 why any alphabet boys that want my guns will have to pry them from my cold dead hands. Lull at these dumb, complacent bugs. From Michael Kramer, and other dystopian news, Fama.io is a program that scans all your social media posts for toxic content for potential employers. Well, fantastic. I know there's been a bunch of those. I mean, in fact, I've done like 2 videos. Well, those were more social reporting. It was making people do the work. I guess this is done by an AI or a program, so it's more automated. From Jeb Bush, heard from my supervisor, production is slowed down at Ford due to certain auto parts only produced in China being quarantined. Yeah, I think there were a couple of Japanese car manufacturers are getting fucked with too right now. From Mr. Vids, time to watch Sagwa the Corona Siamese Cat. God Emperor of Duncan, Flubox 2 Electric Flugaloo. From Legato Madi, they should call it Camp Number 1. From Andrew Thorsten, Mao Schwitz. That's actually pretty. You know what? That's what I'm dubbing it. It's no longer mass quarantine camp. It's Mao Schwitz. Fucking brilliant. Perfect. Nobody. Nurgle's jacking it right now. From Jay, another 2,447 cases confirmed. That's 5,590 today. From Mariner 1712. Looks like that China spying fake news from Bloomberg that scared a bunch of tech companies into setting up fabs in Taiwan might have done some good, if this is any indication. Taiwan number 1. From Shadowhawk X13, when the U.S. gets quarantined, you still got to pay for it. That's probably true. From Girk Garb, has Chairman Mao come back from the dead? No, I believe he's still dead. Still dead and gone. From Page Fault, sounds like the CCP is containing the virus by quarantining anyone not contributing to the harmony of socialism with Chinese characteristics. You know, there has been speculation that they're quarantining dissidents just to take care of them while they have the opportunity. I mean, why not, I suppose? Maybe they are. I see chat likes the name too. Mauschwitz, yep, I think that's a winner. KTTK, Mandate of Heaven soon. From I'm going to guess that's a Russian name or Greek name. I don't know. Designated shitting bags. Satan's Advocate again. This is what FEMA camps will look like. Mike Downey. Don't worry, Dr. Kalashnikov is coming. Shh. From Under My Garage, Poop in the Woo Cube. From You're All Noobs, 8943, it's okay. They have designed pooping hallways. Have the Indians helped them? Have they given them special Indian superpower technology for designated shitting hallways? From Rexilius, civilian deaths equals xenophobia. Come on, guys. Just let the Chinese sneeze in your mouth and get a free invitation to Fang's Fun Camp. Appliances not included, but at least you get a warm, cozy bed. Mark Demas, everyone is overreacting about that camp. It's really just a holiday location. Its name is Camp Quarantine. From Victor Phantasm, Moss, if the Chinese got rid of all their cats and dogs, will there be a booming rat population? Plague 2.0 plus H5N1 Wu flu, GG humanity. Well, it wasn't just Wu flu. I mean, yeah, there is H5, was it H8N1 or H5N1? I don't know, some fucking bird flu. They also were dealing with swine flu last year and into this year. So they've been dealing with a lot of shit. Providence, and this is in a racially homogenous nation. Imagine when this happens in the States. From Oipot Stiven, hey, or has Jade infected you? Why you coughing, Jim? I'm coughing because reading super chats straight in a row like this does it. She's not sick. Don't report her, okay? I love her. Don't report her. Actually, no, she did infect me. And now I got to stream to make the money for the cure. I need that Ebola medicine that guy was talking about earlier. And I need me some AIDS medicine too. And I might even try what QAnon said and drink some bleach. I'm just going to mix all three together and hope. From Catholic Monarchist, I want to be a ninja. Chow chow to Chinatown. Rogue Internet Man, will this be our demise, Jim? I don't know. I don't think it will, but I think it's going to do some serious fucking damage, to be honest. You can't tell me this is going to be seasonal and then expect... it's insane. It's insane that they would say that this would be seasonal. I don't think people could financially handle it. Just the economy couldn't handle it. From Overman, have you seen the Chan post saying bioweapon with the 80% fatality? Do you think it's real? I would take that with a grain of salt. If it had an 80% fatality rate, I don't know if it could spread fast enough. Isn't that how you lose in Plague Inc? It's too damn deadly, so you run out of infected? From Victor Phantasm, Boss, how foolish were we to mock the diaper furs in ABDL? They are trained in diapers and will be filling their suits with poo. Imagine the smell. From the Red Pill Nation, Grooming Gang rise up, Sweetie Squad for life. From LUA Coder, everyone was Kung Flu fighting. From Elijah Bedek, message retracted. Okay, I'm not sure what the message was, but retracted. Zach Funk, the Chinese know that these measures are going to force millions to flee to the tolerant West. They cannot refuse them, lest they be called racist. From Titan Ravenscar, I hear if your social credit score is high enough, you get a bed at a Q camp. Even higher, some treatment, only 500. I'll see what I can do. From Redacted, why haven't the Chinese shut down their cell towers? I hear that they're doing some shit with their social media. That one guy, the one that at the end of his video said, in fact, I think I still have do I have a clip of him still? I might. Hold on. This guy. That guy said that, was it Weibo or WeChat or whatever social media and app he was using, his voice was banned, his face was banned. If you shared his stuff, you'd be banned. I know they're all on their cell towers are on their cell phones, sharing videos and using apps and all of that, but they've got some kind of shit running in the background to fuck you over. From Vokando Dinok, brah, this is worse than the 6 million, because at least they could use the toilet. From Woonalism, can we get some Liberty Prime int in the background to cheer us up? This whole thing is pretty effed up. You know what? I can give you some Liberty Prime, sure. Let me find some Liberty Prime for you. Can I find one that's there? You go. I hope that cheered you up a little bit. Here's a little Liberty Prime for you. I'll have to put that in rotation for these in the future. Road Warrior 2, did you see Dr. Mike's latest video on this? People are buying so much surgical masks, it's cutting into the supply available for hospitals. I have heard it's selling out everywhere. People are buying on like Amazon. They're going into local stores to buy it and pharmacies to buy it. Not just in China, but like fucking everywhere. People are getting a little spooked. I guess it's a good time to manufacture masks. You're probably making a killing. From my name, Fangang 2020. Wait, wrong kind of UBI. Lord Pringers 6 for the Emperor. Death to the Death Guard. From Dennis Mann. Chinese quarantine zones don't have toilets because the Chinese are learning from India. Chinese pooper power soon. Press C to coof. From ComWest 907. Don't risk touching those animals, my friend. Vulcan died that way. Catholic Marnicus, bruh. I just had liquid diarrhea 10 minutes ago. Rip. Vulcan Dodino. Glass of CCP. You know what? Now that reminds me of another clip. All right. We went from Liberty Prime. We're going to something else. If I can pull it up here. It's an oldie but a goodie. Relates to glassing people.
In fealty of the God Emperor, our undying Lord, and by the grace of the Golden Throne, I declare exterminatus upon the imperial world of Typhon Primaris. I hereby sign the death warrant of an entire world and consign 1 million souls to oblivion. May imperial justice account in all balance. The Emperor protects.
Glass him from orbit. Just rain fire down on him. From Veggie someone play the plagues from Prince of Egypt. Fatty Caddy, I'm so happy that Corona-chan got to Africa. Yeah, she's down there with her girl. They're having some fun out there. In fact, where are they there? There we go. Hanging out, having a good time. Huge Mungus. The Who is run by communists. Ushanka Guy. The Chinaman in my class has been koofing for the past 2 days. I think my days are numbered. I just hope I can get one of your amazing hats before Corona-chan takes my life. Well, it is a stylish way to go out. I agree with you on that. The real Asami. You see Tencent did a whoopsie and leaked data. 154,000 tops infected. From Frontal Enthusiast, FARC. Daniel Moore Archive. Who is full of Chinese shills? Check out the video. Swanti fires back a Chinese-controlled Who. It's a couple of minutes long. From Oipot Stiven. Can't wait for the second season of Corona with new twists. We're going to get worldwide format of this flu. Jacob Kilgore. The sun doesn't set on the Koof coronavirus. From Victor Phantasm Boss. What will you do in your last living moments? I will probably smoke a cigarette and try to load up a game of Ace of Spades. See if all those dead Chinamen, if the communist government's been wiped off, maybe the Chinese company that owns it will finally, just throw the servers on for a few minutes before the world ends. Have a smoke, play some Ace of Spades. That's the way I'm going to go out. Oswald Mosley, 2020. I think the important thing is to remember the only people who would ever engineer a virus like this were defeated in World War II. God bless democracy. From Spike Strat 13. Laos is the Ireland of Asia. Harsh. From the Pill Nation, press C to coof. Iron Wolf Spear. So my liberal professor said he's not worried about Corona-chan and doesn't think it's a bioweapon. And if it does become a problem in the USA, he's giving out A+. From Danny G. Is this the Halloween mirror stream? From Terry Hestigles. Adam Friedland is gay. From Leper Messiah, yay. Jim, thanks for the continued updates and for being skeptic from the start. According to the genetic code of the virus, there is evidence of a lab modification. Thoughts? As for like being a bioweapon, yeah, no, I don't believe this is naturally occurring. This shit got loose from someplace, and it's probably not intentional. Somebody fucked up, but there's no way I believe it's there's no way I believe it's natural. I just don't. From Est5180. Do you know about a video where a furry drowns himself in quicksand? Was shown in my class today in an experimental film that had pictures of furry porn, hentai and gore porn in it. Was also displayed in St. Louis's art museum. What class Class today in experimental film. Was this just somebody's porn collection? They forgot to bring their project and they accidentally put that on, and just were too embarrassed to tell people they were jack off to it. From Squidna, read my read my name this time. Please watch Fooly Cooley. It's only 2 hours. Best anime of all time. Any chance you'll make those school shooter vids? Probably not. I moved on from it. I did read your name, and I've already watched Fooly Cooley. John Titer. Oh, wow, you've come back in time, have you? When are we allowed to wear out our skull masks and LARP in the streets? The day is coming. The day is coming. Vokan Dodinuk. Build a northern border wall. Keep those nasty Canadians out of my country. From Malleable Tick. I'm surprised that the Chinese haven't shot every single infected person by now. Maybe they are in secret. Thoughts, Jim? Well, this will probably come as a terrible, terrible thing to say, but that might be your only shot. Maybe that's what these mass quarantine camps are for. If it's already out of control, I don't think shooting people will do anything. But let's say you had 100 or 1,000 or just a city's worth. Drop a bomb and clean it up. I mean, sure, you'll be considered evil for doing it, but it's for the greater good. Isn't that what those commies are all about? Don't they love the greater good? Isn't that part of their spiel? From Russian name again, or Greek name, one of the two. 10-cent leaks. The Red Pill Nation. Can we get a weather update? I need my favorite weatherman to weigh in. Well, it's looking cloudy. It's a cloudy outlook. From Oipot Stiven. Total flu at just a cold Eugene edition. From Joe Rogaine. China is dying. From Sweet. Oh, shit, it just jumped on me. It still has fucking problems with it. All right, sorry, chat. I just need to... I'll just work bottom to top. Why not? Let's just do that. Vokan Dodino, Corona-chan may take my life, but she will never take my virginity. From Tosnico, napalm is best balm, cures the Wu flu with Kung flu. From Daedalus Happening Conditioning, upgraded to Hapcon 2, it's happening. Fuck, that's the song I should have played. I don't know, where is that? I can't believe I don't have this queued up. I fucked up. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to grab another drink. I'm going to let this play for a second. We'll finish up the super chats. Yeah, see, I need to get that shit queued up. I need to have that ready to go for future streams. What was I thinking? Oh, I'm fucking up here, Jim. From Catastrophe, what are our chances that when the bombs drop, DSP will be the one to still be begging for donations on the radio? I'd say it's probably highly likely. From S. Cybertaz, how many governments should have gone George Romero's The Crazies route? It would have helped at earlier stages of the virus, but now we're fooked. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what China was thinking. They tried to play pretend like it didn't exist. It was just going to not be an issue, but they fucked up. Black Cube Mystery, Liberty Prime Unleashed, Corona on the Communist. Nips, Apache Chief, play the Meatballs theme from Quarantine Camp. Fatty Caddy, please tweet out the Girls Ruining Games Night Macro. Skeleton Bones, Jim, I got a video for you to cringe at. Look up Dark Ninja on YouTube. It's the first channel to show up. It's a dude who acts like a ninja and wears underwear on his forehead. I always do love videos like that. Logan Randu, hey Jim, love your content. Do you ever think you'll be doing gaming streams? Probably not. Alex Law, the Chinamen are vile plague rats. Time to nuke them. From Caleb Lambright, type 1 if you hope the gays die first, type 2 if not. From Jack Smith, Jim, tell Cream Kitten to not kill themselves and that Jesus Christ will always be there for them. They only have to pray from the priest. Dio Brando, Lackland Air Force Base to be specific. From Skits, I touched 2 packages from Wuhan today. Please pray for me. Jason Lozano, China needs to ask Germany for their crematory experts to help pump up those cremation numbers. From Recon 1257, hey Jim, I just received the face masks I ordered off Amazon. They're manufactured in China. I ordered them 18 days ago. Are they safe or am I going to goof? Oh, you're probably straight up fucked. From Corona Guy, Jim, translator confirmed stats being reported are wrong. Thread is in your Twitter mentions. From Kadam Culp, hey Jim, check out The Case Against Education by Brian Kaplan. I think a lot of it will jive with you. From KT Games, the place I work is next to a Chinese buffet and Nails place. Everyone in them has been wearing masks and koofing. Rip, I felt sick for a few days. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead man walking. From Deep Butler, saw a guy pull his rotted diabetes toe off once. I'm still not totally over it. How the fuck did you find yourself in that situation in the first place? From Dan, she's a fighter. Hold her tighter, Schneider. Hey, Jim, you should read this one obscure manga called One Pisu. It's about a guy who's half man, half condom on a journey to return a hat to some dude. You know, I read a manga about I can't remember the name, but one scene stuck with me. It's a kid who's fighting like this giant mechanical black dude who has the body of a bull, I think, of course. And when he kills him, it turns out that the black dude, only his head is alive, and his head is attached to a giant mechanical cock. And as the black dude is dying, like he's bleeding out, he's dying. It's just him, his head attached to a giant mechanical cock. The kid is asking him if he has any last words, and the black dude looks at him and says, I really wish I fucked your sister. That's the kind of quality writing I'm looking for in my manga. From Stanzik, everybody is Kung Flu coughing. The spread's as fast as lightning. In Wuhan with HIV splicing, but the camp's got expert plumbing. From Clapvlel Bane, maybe he should cut off their foot and replace it with a furry paw. Oh, I see. We're talking about, yeah, that toe is fucked up. From Cream Kitten, hey Metokur, you're about the closest thing I have to a parent. I don't have anyone to talk to. Thinking about killing myself. I'm only worried about my cat. Sorry if this sucks. I don't know why you'd kill yourself right now when you literally get to watch the world catch on fire. You're never going to get a better front row seat to a happening than what you're watching right now. Just that alone. Do you know how interested I've been in this shit? It's been like 2.5 weeks. I can't look away. It's like a slow motion train wreck. Just thinking about people locked in a building with no toilets is so fucking insane. And it's happening in this timeline. There are people that can't take a shit. And there's no feasible reason for it. There's no logical reason to prevent them from shitting. I can't get over that fact. So at the very least, hold off and enjoy the show for a while. From Surge the Internet. Love you, Jim. Teespring Soars Happening. From Defter Tuna. Praise be Papa Nurgle. Karis8894. Hey, Jimbo. Some cash for those cancer sticks of yours. Corona-chan can't destroy your lungs if you do it first. Now, excuse me, got the sniffles. So gotta go lie in a ditch and wait for the end. Epic Yoshi, I have a plan to stop the coronavirus, Jim. Hear me out. Let's have Trump tweet Corona-chan 2.0 and save the West. You might be onto something. From Joshua Tucker. Wufu looks like an excuse to exterminate people. The doctor who was first told about it died of corona overdose. Probably a real virus plus murder. From Athlete X. It's time to retrieve items lost in boat accidents. And Mac1134. I work on a military installation. I just saw a man in a mop. That's chem gear. Practicing containment procedures, I assume. Could be a LARP, but with the DoD coming out using bases as containment centers, I don't know. From Steve, Jim, thank you for the streams and good luck in the coming Holocaust. A perfect name for that. So we've got the Holocaust happening at Mauschwitz in China. See, it's just it's like poetry. George Lucas would be so fucking happy right now. From Unstable, can you say the following South Park quote in the Coomer voice? Oh yeah, suck my Jagon. From John Vipe, can you do your Weinstein impression quick? Thanks. Why, I guess that would just be what you just heard. That's what I'm going to call it. Andrew Hickson, I'm a wagey KG and I work at Amazon. We handle lots of products from China. Any concerns that are being made are being silenced by HR. Fantastic. They want you to sit in that cage and die. From the Tech Time Team, I haven't seen this much suffering and pain in China since Nanking, the Great Leap Forward, the Boxer Rebellion. While I guess China will always be screwed. Also, thoughts on Iowa caucus debacle. Yeah, aren't they waiting to see how many delegates each person gets before they confirm the list of people at the next debate? And the next debate is already scheduled, and they're still fucking around with it. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that too, didn't they? Foken Dodinuk, you forgot the 10-cent leaks. We've talked about them a couple times. Seraphim Flameheart, There are reports that the virus is mutating and that the antiviral treatments aren't even working anymore. Fun. From the Keemstar 27, Corona Chan will free us all. Also, Lena is garbage at Tarkov. From Tactical Boomerism, have you seen Five-ish? It's an anthropomorphized stack of cash staring in a Barney-like program made by 4 Hasidic Jews in New Jersey. It's not a parody. The only thing I've seen remotely like that is and I think it was in Israel. It's a dude that dresses up as like a $5 or a $10 bill and gets chased by a bunch of rabbis. That clip is out there somewhere. Now maybe that's from that show. I don't know. 10 cent leaks again. Yep. Okay, I think we're almost caught up here. Oh, where are we here? Satan's Advocate. I woo a chew to work. I'm dead. Fuck California. Vincent Paisano. Will you be our camp counselor, Jim? I'll probably be in a FEMA coffin by the time you're sent to camp. Evil Dead Ed El Jefe. Jim, look up Dark Ninja. He defends pedos. From Eternal Firebird, stream The Box by Roddy Ritchie. From Pickle Smilk. Hey, Jim. From one smoker to another. Enjoy this pack. Thank you. S. Cybertaz again. Ricada covered DSP's bankruptcy filing with Null. And finally, Foxman2248. Hey, Jim. Can you say Squia got defeated by Microsoft Paint? Is that how you say it? Squia? Or Squee-I? Squee-I got defeated by Microsoft Paint? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm a guy that says hyperbole instead of hyperbole. You're probably going to have to spell it out phonetically for me. And then Joe Rogaine, press C to Koof on Israel. All right, chat. Well, thank you for sticking around. Hopefully, you'll all survive the coming weeks. It just doesn't stop. Who knows what tomorrow holds? It's just a never-ending ride, isn't it? What are we... Well, okay, I'll turn that off. Put that up. You know what? I'll end with the song I played for the break. I like it. I like this little video. And then my good friend will put the link up to it, to the YouTube page that somebody finally tracked down. Have a good rest of your week. Again, I guarantee it. Well, you know what? Yeah, I guarantee. I'm almost 100% certain that by Sunday at the latest, that our little girl, Corona Chan, growing up so fast, will beat Ebola Chan's total number of worldwide infected. Took Ebola 5 decades. Corona Chan's going to do it in a month. She's really putting out her best effort. In fact, probably by Sunday it'll have more deaths than SARS or MERS, because I think they're both 800 apiece. So she's going to be taking records. It's like a speed runner, just taking those records left and right. All right. I will see you all next time.